Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Johnny. For over 30 years, I've helped men in their 50s, 60s, even 80s regain strength, confidence, and control they thought was gone forever. Today, I'm going to share something that flips conventional advice on its head. 5 simple stretches you can do from your bed or living room floor. These movements have helped thousands of men experience firmer erections, eliminate embarrassing leaks, and reclaim their vitality. This isn't theory, it's science, movement, and the body's natural ability to heal. If this speaks to you, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, let me know how I can better serve you. Alright, let's get started with the first stretch that unlocks everything. The hip opener. Stretch number 1. The hip opener. Many men assume issues like weak erections or urinary leakage are due to age, hormones, or prostate health. But the real culprit?
Thy hip muskel.
Your hips connect directly to your pelvic floor, the muscular system that supports bladder and sexual function. When tight, they restrict blood flow and nerve signals, leading to weaker performance and poor control. Let's fix that. How to do it? Sit on the edge of your bed or floor with knees bent and feet flat. Lean back slightly for support. Slowly lower both knees to one side like windshield wipers. Pause, then switch sides. What it does: loosens deep hip muscles, improves blood flow to the pelvic region, activates the pelvic floor, restores natural function. A patient of mine, Bill, a retired firefighter, started doing this every morning and night. Within 3 weeks, he had morning wood again. After 6, no more leaks. He even said his wife was looking at him differently. Don't just go through the motions. Visualize the changes happening inside your body. You're not too old to feel strong again. Story time, Bill the firefighter. Let me take you back a few years ago. I was working with a retired firefighter named Bill. Big guy, tough as nails. He'd been through smoke, heat, collapsed lungs, you name it. But there he was, sitting across from me in my office, eyes lowered, voice barely above a whisper. "Doc," he said, "I can't get hard anymore, and when I pee it doesn't stop clean. I feel humiliated." I'll never forget the look on his face. It wasn't just frustration, it was loss. The kind of loss most men don't talk about. The quiet kind that chips away at your confidence bit by bit. So I asked him the question that always surprises men. "Bill, how long do you sit during the day?" He paused, then laughed nervously. "Pretty much all day, document. I watch TV, do puzzles, maybe take a short walk to the mailbox." That's when I told him what I'm telling you now. Your hips hold the key. Not your heart, not your hormones. Your hips. The joint where your legs meet your pelvis is one of the most powerful but overlooked areas in the male body. It connects directly to the pelvic floor, the muscular system that supports your bladder and erection. When your hips are tight, which they almost always are in older men who sit a lot, it puts a chokehold on the nerves and blood vessels that allow you to get and keep an erection. It also weakens your bladder control. That's why you leak after you stand up. That's why you get softer quicker. And that's why this first stretch is so important. The hip opener, or what I often call the windshield wiper, is your first step to waking these muscles up. Let me be clear. This is not some fancy yoga pose. This is functional medicine. It's about creating space where your body has been locked up for years. All you need is a place to sit, your bed, a chair, the floor, and a willingness to move slowly and breathe. Here's what you do. Sit with your knees bent, feet flat on the ground about shoulder width apart. Support your upper body by leaning back on your hands or against a wall if you prefer. Now, slowly let both knees fall to one side like windshield wipers sweeping across a rainy window. Pause, then bring them back up and lower them to the other side. Don't let the simplicity fool you. Inside your hips, 1,000 little adjustments are happening. Your pelvis begins to rotate. Your inner thighs start to release. The deep muscles under your groin, the ones that control the base of your erection, start to wake up. You might feel a little stiffness or even hear a pop or crack. That's okay. Your body's realigning itself. You're loosening the noose. And here's the magic. As these muscles begin to move freely again, blood flow improves. Think about it. For an erection to be rock hard, you need blood pressure to enter and stay inside the chambers of your penis. If your hips are locked and your pelvic floor is weak, that pressure leaks. You get soft. You dribble urine. You lose control. But when the hips open and the pelvic floor is activated, your entire lower body begins to function the way it was meant to. Strong, stable, responsive. Bill practiced this stretch every morning and every night for just 40 seconds each time. Within 3 weeks, he was waking up with morning wood again. Within 6, he wasn't leaking anymore. He even joked, "Doc, I think my wife's starting to look at me different again." And I believe him. When a man feels strong in his body again, it changes the way he walks into a room. You carry yourself differently when you're not worried about hiding a pad or wondering if tonight will be another letdown. So as you do this first stretch, don't just go through the motions. Visualize what's happening inside. Feel the muscles slowly letting go. Picture the blood flowing freer, the nerves firing stronger, the control returning to your body. You are not too old to feel alive again. Your body remembers strength, we're just helping it recall it. Stretch number 2, Cobra Stretch. Now we're moving into the front of your body with a powerful stretch that activates your pelvic floor and reconnects you to your core. Most men never think about stretching their lower belly, but tightness here tugs on the pelvic floor, restricting blood flow and sensation. How to do it? Lie face down on the floor or firm bed. Place hands under shoulders, fingers pointing forward. Gently push up with your arms, lifting your chest off the ground. Keep pelvis anchored. Look slightly upward and breathe deeply. What it does, releases tension in the lower abdomen, stimulates nerves and blood vessels supporting erections, strengthens bladder control. Walter, a 67-year-old former Navy man, saw dramatic improvements after only 3 weeks. He told me, "I didn't expect this. I'm waking up hard again and don't need a towel in the bathroom anymore." This stretch is subtle but powerful. Don't underestimate it. Storytime: Walter, the Navy veteran. Years ago, I treated a man named Walter. He was 67, former Navy, proud, private, and stiff as a board. Both in posture and, as he joked, everywhere except where it mattered. He came to me saying, "Doc, I can't remember the last time I woke up hard, and I feel like I'm leaking more than I'm peeing these days." He had that look I've seen in so many men, a mix of frustration and quiet embarrassment. That kind of thing eats away at you. It's not just about sex or control, it's about dignity. So I asked him a question I ask most of my patients. When was the last time you stretched your belly? He raised an eyebrow like I'd asked him something crazy, but I was dead serious. You see, the muscles in your lower abdomen, right below the belly button, wrap around and connect to the pelvic floor. When you spend years hunched over, sitting in recliners, driving, watching TV, or leaning forward, those muscles tighten. And when they tighten, they tug at the pelvic floor like a stubborn knot. That knot chokes off blood flow, deadens nerves, and puts pressure on the bladder. You don't feel as much. You don't perform as well. And you lose the clean stop at the end of a pee. What's worse, most men never even think about stretching this area. But Walter did, and you're about to. The Cobra Stretch is one of the most powerful tools I use in my clinic, especially for men over 60. It's gentle, grounded, and surprisingly effective at restoring what many think is permanently lost. To start, lie on your stomach. Take your time, you don't need to be graceful, just safe. Keep your legs long behind you, about shoulder width apart. Toes relaxed. Place your hands under your shoulders like you're about to do a push-up. Now, gently press up with your arms and slowly lift your chest off the ground. Go only as high as feels comfortable. Your pelvis stays down, anchored. And here's the key. As you rise, look slightly upward and breathe deep. You'll feel the front of your body begin to stretch open, especially that tight lower belly. What's happening here isn't just surface level. As you lift, you're stretching the fascia, muscles, and connective tissue that run from your ribs down to your pubic bone. Right underneath that is where the magic happens. The blood vessels that feed the penis, the nerves that control sensation, and the pelvic sling that supports your bladder, they all pass through this region. The Cobra doesn't just release pressure. It wakes up what's been dormant. Signals the body, hey, we're not done yet. We're still in the game. And it's not just about feeling better. When this area becomes more elastic and alive, erections become stronger, fuller, longer lasting. Because the blood doesn't just arrive, it stays. And the leakage, that soft dribble you hate, it slows, then stops because your muscles are finally able to close the valve the way they're supposed to. Walter called me after 3 weeks of doing the Cobra every morning. He said, "Doc, I didn't expect this. I'm waking up hard again. And I don't need a towel in the bathroom anymore. That's the power of this stretch. It's not hype, it's biology doing what it was always meant to do." Conclusion: reclaiming what was never lost. You've now completed all 5 stretches. Hip opener releases the gateway to the pelvis. Cobra awakens the pelvic core. Stir the pot unlocks the groin. Knees to chest resets the pelvic floor. Happy baby integrates full body connection. These aren't just stretches, they're signals to your body that you care, that you're ready to take back control. Men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s have used these steps to rebuild what they thought was lost. Wives have thanked me, not for a pill, but for a husband who believes in himself again. Here's my challenge to you. Commit to 7 days. Give your body a chance to respond. Notice the small shifts, firmer erections, less leakage, more confidence. You don't need fancy equipment or a gym. Just a little space, time, and commitment. You are not broken. You are simply being invited to reconnect to yourself, to your strength, and to your masculinity. Thank you for trusting me. Now go put this into action and watch your life change from the inside out. If this helped you, hit like, share with someone who needs to hear this, and leave a comment below letting me know how you feel after trying these stretches. Together, we're rewriting what it means to be a strong, confident man at any age.